So I wanted to give a plug for plugins, and I was looking at my email this morning and noticed that Nathan has a sale going on for his plugins that's going to last to the 14th. And this is a pretty good sale. He's got all of these, and I have all of these plugins: the truss, the wall, the foundation, electrical, and they're normally 50, 50, 35, 25, and he's got them on sale for 25, 25, 15, and 10. And of course, you may not need all of these. I rarely ever use the electrical because we don't do MEP drawings, and that's a special request for us. But I always, almost every job, will use the truss, the wall, and the foundation. I mean, this is the website, Medeek.com, Medeek design, and of course I am a member of this website, and I want to thank Nathan. He allows me to use his plugins. He doesn't ask me to make videos. He's a really nice, humble guy, really smart guy. He's an engineer, and he's just taken on this task of helping people in SketchUp. That's the way I look at it. And so I thought, I was working on this job. This is a home for a customer, and this is what they wanted. They wanted this 40 by 40 shop, and then a small home, residential area added on to it. So I came up with these intersecting gables, and you'll see, let's turn off some of these layers. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to, somehow I got my, well, let me just show you a demonstration. I won't spend a lot of time on my bad CAD standards. Somehow I like creating my own roofing, and somehow I have gotten the metal roof in the wrong. Let's just see here. Either that or I accidentally deleted. Oopsie. Let's see. Metal framing. Oh, I see what's going on. Yeah, I just need to turn the layers on. What a goofball. So this will be a good opportunity, though. I'm not going to save this. What I wanted to show you was how I use a combination of his plugins. This is the trusses, and I'm going to show you a demonstration in a second. But then I come in, like I'll tie in all of this white areas where I've tied it in with rafters, manually. So let me just show you that right quick. We'll just start off with a simple rectangle, and I'll show you how easy this can be. We'll pretend this is a slab, and we'll just make that a group right quick so nothing. I was trying to do this efficiently, and now I'm just making mistakes left and right. So nothing will stick to it. And we will go to the wall extension, and we're just going to use the settings that he has in here. Just I have some presets here. I'm going to load that, and because that's what I'm using on this job, just so I can have a good example. Now, one thing I do is I will offset a line a ½ inch in, because I like to have my walls, my OSB, my sheeting flush with the slab. I don't like it hanging over. And this was one request that I have. There we go. For Nathan, is if we could ever get a like an offset. I'm going to make a group out of that, and then I'm just going to get rid of that face right there, and I don't know what that face is. I'm not going to worry about that. I've just created myself a little offset. I don't know why I always have to have issues. Oh, I see what I did. I accidentally. Okay, all right. We're gonna move on. We're gonna take this wall and we're gonna put it right here on that 1/2 inch. Like I said, I like my. You see if you offset that in a 1/2 inch or 7/16, whatever the thickness of your sheeting is, it'll put it flush with the slab, and then you won't have it hanging over, which I don't like, because it just gives a little entrance for creepy crawlers, termites to crawl up the edge of your slab and enter your. I don't like that, but you can see this is very cool. I'm just going around finding my points, and the walls are integrating themselves with each other. You want to pick that point right there. And you can see, and then hit the space bar to end it, and your walls have tied themselves together, and you're good. See, you got all your studs in there. Now let's put a roof on it. So this will be our truss, roof truss, and we'll just pick a standard truss, and we'll put the gable on the narrow end like we normally would. Oops, I picked the wrong point. You want to pick your framing, because that's what we would do in real life. And then we come down here and pick that. Now there's a lot of variables, or parameters you can set. And I want to pick a steeper roof because I like a little bit steeper. And you can pick your overhang like a 24 inch. Okay, and then I'm not going to fool with a lot of this stuff. Gable end trusses. There's a lot of stuff you can get into, which is really nice, like this. You see, cladding. We'll just say yes. And what else do I want? What else says no? Soffit, roof, gutters. Let's say yes on the gutters. I like those. And then we'll just say cement. And then there's your gutter parameters. And there you go, boom. You got your nice roof. And of course, here's the thing. You can edit this assembly. Here's a good reason why. I forgot to check downspouts on my gutters, and I know where they are, so I'll go down here, say yes, and the update, and boom, you got yourself some gutters. Okay, so I think this is pretty cool. And so like I said, if I go in here and I turn off roof cladding, you can see, and I have the roof sheeting turned off already, but you got your OSB there. Turn that off. You got your trusses. These trusses actually have some engineering behind them. Just about every time I do a job for a customer, I will have them, submit. I'll do a roof design. I'll do a roof, not a roof design. I'll do a truss graphic that shows the dimensions and the pitch and all that, and the truss company will come back with basically the same. The only thing we'll have different is the bracing on the trusses. Typically will be a little bit different than what I like. I like to run a purlin down the middle to keep the bottom cords all straight and on layout. But typically the truss company they'll take one of these cords right here, like on this, and you'll see a brace on either side running lengthwise on the building. So you just have to kind of coordinate your bracing plan with your manufacturer. And then you can see there's a lot of really cool stuff you can have on the trusses. You can have like structural outlooks, say yes, and then you can make them vertical like that. And then what it'll do is it'll drop the truss on the end, which is what we do. You see? Well, in this case it didn't. But you can, let's see, that's a parameter I forgot to check. So you see, you just kind of have to go back and forth a little bit. Of course, if you got more patience than I do, you would set all this before you clicked OK. I'm trying to go through this quickly because I want to show this some of the main features. vertical outlook. So I think what I got to do is do my. I think what I have to do is gable end trusses. Yes, and let's try that update. Yeah, that's how you get your drop truss. See, and that's the strongest soffit in the world, where you have a drop truss and your outlooks sit on top of that and cantilever out. You can park a truck out here on your soffit, on your overhang doing that. That's the strongest method. But the point is, he has all those options kind of built in. So let's go and turn all this stuff back on so it looks pretty. And I'm going to put, and you can also, there's separate cladding, siding for the gable ends. Let's see if I have any questions, comments. Not yet, and that's fine because I'm mainly doing this for to let people know about the sale and to show how helpful this can be. So if I want to put a window in, I'm just going to use the parameters here, and I'm just going to place some along here, like that. See, and you see, and I don't like shutters, but that's okay. I'm a man. I'm not a girly guy who likes shutters, but they're there if you want them. If you don't want them, you just pick. You can go, and this is part of the cool thing. Go to Wall Tools, Edit Opening, select that opening, and you just go down here and say, no, I don't like shutters. And you say Update, and they are gone. And that's the cool thing about this plugin. There's so many options that you can go in and customize. You can customize all the trim around the window, the size of the window, and all of that. So anyway, I'm just trying to, I like Nathan. Nathan Wilkerson is his name. I really like his work, and I'd like to see him be successful. And I did this entire model. I do customize some things, like I use my own metal roofing because I like line work for the metal roof because I don't use color when I print. And a lot of these, like this roofing is an image, which makes sense. If you're doing a rendering, if you're doing construction drawings, you really want some line work. Let's do the left side. You see, I want some lines to show up on my drawings. So I have, line work. This way I can print it all in black and white. The siding is line work. It's not an image. So I add the siding on there. You can see. But the point is, the basic part of the house is done for me, and I have, I used to draw everything by hand. I literally, when I first started, 10 or 12 years ago, whenever SketchUp first came out, I would hand draw a truss. I would make it a component and copy it, right? I would make my studs components. I would hand draw windows and make them components, so all that took time, and it was very tedious, Now I still do things manually, like I tie in this roof manually because I used Medeek's, plug-in to do this part of the roof, and the Medeek plug-in did this entire part of the roof. I turn off the metal roofing again. You can see that entire section was done that way. So I'm not going to save this drawing because I don't know what I've done to it. But anyway, I just wanted to do that quickly to let you know he's having a half price sale on his extensions. These are well worth it. Even if you just bought the truss and the wall, the foundation is really cool. I have to admit, sometimes I'm lazy and I don't use that. But if I have somebody, let's say I have this job and the customer wanted some detail, like reinforcement and all that. This particular job, they've already got the slab. so I don't need to go into all that. But there's all these parameters, 6x6 wire. You know, you got a footing bars. You know, you can do turnout slabs and all that, and it's just awesome. You see, and you get a real slab there. If I think I turned on. Did I turn on the footing? Anyway, it's all in there, I promise you. So the main thing is he's got a great sale going on, and all these extensions. If you're into electrical stuff, that $10 right there, I promise you, you would save that $10 in the first 30 seconds. he has a function where you can put receptacles and in a wall and then connect them with the Romex. So if you're into that, I just honestly, I'm getting too old. I don't have the patience for electrical and showing all that stuff. So people are lucky enough to get what they get out of me right now. So anyway, I'm just kind of goofing around, but I'm not goofing around when I say that Nathan is a great guy and he has done an excellent job with these extensions. There's really no other extensions that I have found that match this. Every complexity that he has gotten into. So anyway, let me check for comments, and if I don't have any, I will exit this and wish Nathan all the best, because he is a great guy and he can help you out. Thanks, guys.